An interdenominational, let me make sure I get that right, forum of religious leaders has met to discuss the latest controversy surrounding Pastor Lesego Daniel. Now, to remind you, he's the preacher known for feeding grass to his congregation and now apparently, according to the video on his church's website, convinced them to drink petrol. Well, earlier, the South African Council of Churches held a briefing to discuss the issue. It's a pleasure to welcome to the show Bishop Malusi Mpumlwana, who was there, and he joins us now. Bishop, thank you very much indeed for your time today. Tell me what the Council has decided as far as this issue is concerned.
Oh, most definitely. Thank you very much for your time. We condemn this phenomenon unequivocally. It is not representing the Spirit of Christ. It is a self-serving practice that preys on the desperation of people, especially the poor and the most desperate. And that's where we stand on it. It is also a phenomenon where people abuse power. Religious power is that much more dangerous, even though you see this in all kinds of power, whether it is the power of wealth or the power of politics. But religious power is more dangerous because people do these things in the name of God, and therefore there is a secondary dimension to it. People look to the individual but see beyond the individual to the divine reality and that their spirituality seeks to relate to. And that is why it is so much more dangerous. So when people do these kinds of things in the name of religion, they assume almost absolute power over their followers. We've known the case, for example, in the United States, where religious leaders have isolated people and caused them to commit mass suicide. Now, surely that cannot be in the name of God. That cannot be the Spirit of Christ. And in fact, this is serious endangerment of the life of people. And so it certainly is not in the Spirit of Christ.
Bishop, I don't mean to interrupt. I do beg your pardon. What is the Council going to do about this, if at all? I'm just wondering what action can be taken if you decide that is the case and the recourse to follow. What can be done?
Well, first of all, this particular pastor and his church are not members of the Council of Churches and therefore are not directly related to the Council or to the Evangelical Alliance of South Africa, which is together with the Council of Churches in condemnation of this phenomenon. In fact, it is one of those cases where if this were, let's say, an official Christian country, we would then be saying we would lay a charge of putting the Christian faith into disrepute.
Tell me, Bishop, is there anyone that can take this further? I recognize you say the SA Council of Churches, they're not a member of it, but how can anyone take action if they want to against a pastor like this?
Well, actually somebody suggested that there ought to be a possibility for laying a charge for the endangerment of people's lives, just as a simple, regular civil case, nothing to do with religion, because it's not a religious phenomenon at all. I mean, it's using religion in endangerment of the lives of people. That's really what it is. Either that, or as someone suggested, that actually it is not petrol, he actually changed the bottles and actually gave them the appropriate juice. Whatever it is, then in that case, it's hoodwinking people, and therefore there's a con dimension to it. So either way, there must be a way in which it can be dealt with in the ordinary. I was just trying to say that there's nothing in the Christian faith that legitimizes what the person is doing, and that's really what we're saying.
Bishop, thank you very, very much indeed.
Sorry.
I don't mean to interrupt. I do beg your pardon. There's a delay on my line through to you. Bishop, thank you very much indeed for your time. The South African Council of Churches Acting General Secretary. What a pleasure to talk to him. Bishop Malusi Mpumlwana joining us here on Afternoon News.